Cuba took another step towards normalized relations Friday when the U.S. reopened its embassy in Havana. Despite the new policies, real differences between the two countries remain. As Craig Boswell reports from Washington, there is opposition to the Obama administration's attitudes towards Cuba here at home.
Marines carefully unfurled the American flag and then hoisted it high above the U.S. Embassy in Cuba for the first time since 1961. Secretary of State John Kerry met with Cuba's foreign minister and acknowledged there are still many differences between the two countries, but he says the policies of the past weren't working.
Over 54 years, we had a policy that was isolating us, not changing the world.
Cuba's foreign minister vigorously defended his country's human rights record, but critics say the Cuban government continues to suppress dissidents, and opening up Cuba to trade and tourism won't change that.
The notion that the Cuban people will be allowed freedom of speech and freedom of information now that President Obama has made concessions to the very government denying them these rights is complete fiction.
The Cuban government says America needs to lift the trade embargo, which restricts tourism and business with Cuba. Eric Hirschberg with the Center for Latin American and Latino Studies says the embargo issue should be resolved.
It will impede the ability of people in both Cuba and the United States to take full advantage of the diplomatic opening.
Only Congress can lift the trade embargo that limits tourism and business with Cuba, and that appears unlikely to happen anytime soon. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Washington.
It could be a while before the U.S. sends an ambassador to its new Cuban embassy. Congress is vowing to block the nomination of whomever President Obama picks to fill that post.